the military is our union, and as we go forward in Wales, we really need to grasp the benefits that the military and the union can offer our devolved administrations. So I chaired this report. It's Women in the Armed Forces from Recruitment to Civilian Life. I have a prop. Protecting those who protect us. It was unique and groundbreaking. It's the first ever report that's been done that involved the lived experiences of serving women personnel as well as veterans. We had 4,200 pieces of evidence, and of the serving personnel, that made up 9% of the female military community at the moment. It's a bottom-up inquiry. The evidence we've received from veterans who served in Aden all the way to Afghan. So this evidence has spanned many decades, as had the governments as well. So although some of the information in here is quite shocking and harrowing, looking at the treatment of women in the military and the laddies culture that continues, I have to say the Minister's quite right, progress has significantly been made, and I feel it's our responsibility as a Conservative government, as a Conservative party. We are the party of the military, we are the party of veterans, that this is our opportunity to show personnel that they are our finest asset. We need to uphold British values of justice, and ultimately it's about operational effectiveness. So I'm really pleased I've made 35 recommendations. This is not my report actually, it's the Defence Select Committee's report. I just chaired it, and I chaired it because women have been overrepresented in the complaint system year after year, and we are struggling with recruitment of women, which currently stands at 12%. We really want 15% and more. I've got 3 asks. One is for the MOD. I'm looking at you now, Minister. One is for the MOD to look at these recommendations seriously. If we don't, it will be probably at our peril. The MOD are going to respond within around a month, or the government's going to respond within about a month or so. So I'd really like them to look at these recommendations. I'd like to see a Veterans Commissioner for Wales. I'm a Welsh MP. We do not have a Veterans Commissioner for Wales. All the other nations have one. Welsh Labour government haven't agreed to that yet. So I think the Minister knows my feelings on that, and I know Hannah also shares my opinion on that. And lastly, I'm here to support Leo because he's doing great work to progress the services for veterans, and we really do want Britain to be the best place to be a veteran. Thank you. We've got to hold on to the fact that the vast majority of service personnel leave the military and continue with very rewarding and fulfilling lives through their transition service support. There are the few that don't. We know that. We can't deny that. And slip into drug and alcohol, homelessness. I have to say, from the veterans I have met in that situation, because of their institutionalisation within the military, they get up and they do something about it. So there are support services out there. There are around 3,800 armed forces charities.
Exactly that reason.
My concern is that they are quite fragmented, and that's why we have the Veterans Gateway. This is why we have Leo picking up this baton and pulling it all together. We've now situated veterans champions in DWP, in GP practices. So these people sometimes don't identify themselves as veterans, and it's this link. So it is an issue, we can't deny that, but we're getting there, we're putting services in place, and we're trying to address that, and it is a very quick march forward. Well, I just want to take us in a slightly different direction actually, because I want to talk about the amount of charities there are out there supporting people, and doing a great work, grassroots work, supporting our veterans, and yet some of them are struggling, particularly post-pandemic, for funding. Some of the smaller charities are struggling to get central funding and rely on charity donations. As part of my report, I was in touch with Salute Her, the only tri-service female charity we have in the UK. And as a consequence, sadly as a consequence of the report, 146 new women felt they had to refer themselves to that service for support.